I met Tom when I was 28, and I thought I'd finally found someone who was everything I needed. But now, looking back, I'm not so sure. He wasn't my first love, but he was the first person who made me feel truly seen, like I mattered, something I hadn't felt in a long time. Our relationship was solid, predictable. There were no big surprises, but I told myself that was what I wanted. Something steady, something safe. But somewhere along the way, I started missing the excitement of the unknown, the thrill of being pursued, of feeling wanted in a way that made my heart race. That's when I started thinking about Nick. Nick was my first love, the guy who made me believe in passion and excitement. We were young, wild, and free, and even though he disappeared without a word all those years ago, I couldn't quite erase him from my memory. So I did what I thought was harmless. I reached out to him, saved his number under a fake name so Tom wouldn't get suspicious. I told myself it was just for closure, just to revisit old memories and reassure myself that I had moved on. But things got complicated fast. Nick was different now, older, more mature, but still, he knew me in a way that Tom never could. We started talking again, slowly at first, nothing too serious. Just catching up, reminiscing about old times. But the more we talked, the more I found myself missing the way things used to be between us. Nick was still the one who made me feel alive, who understood my dreams and fears without me having to explain. Tom, on the other hand, was getting comfortable, complacent even, like he thought marriage meant he didn't have to put in the effort anymore. And I began to resent it. I couldn't help but compare the man I had married to the one I had once been so in love with. So I took it further. I told Nick things I shouldn't have, about how I missed the excitement of our old life, about how I was starting to feel like Tom didn't really see me anymore. Then came the day I sent the message. I miss you, Nick. I want you just one last time. I knew I was crossing a line, but it felt so good to admit it, to finally let someone else know how I was feeling. But the truth is, when I sent that message, I knew something would go wrong. And it did. Tom found out. He saw the name on my phone and confronted me. At first, I thought I could explain it away, make him understand that it was just for closure. But when he showed me the screenshots, every word, every conversation, laid out in front of me like evidence in a courtroom, I realized there was no excuse for what I had done. I hadn't physically cheated, but emotionally I had crossed a line. And Tom? He didn't care about context or closure. He didn't want to work through things. He just wanted out. He filed for divorce immediately without a second thought. No discussions, no counseling, just done. And then came the worst part. He sent those screenshots to everyone. My parents, my friends, his family, everyone. Like he couldn't wait to paint me as the villain, the unfaithful wife who couldn't be trusted. And suddenly I wasn't just facing the end of my marriage. I was facing judgment from everyone I knew. They saw the screenshots and they made up their minds about who I was. The shame, the guilt, it was unbearable. No one cared to ask why I had done it, why I'd reached out to Nick in the first place. They just saw the words on a screen, and to them, that was the whole story. No alimony, no support. I didn't even get to keep the things I had helped build, the furniture we had picked out together. Tom got everything and I got nothing. The judge, the lawyers, everyone, they saw those screenshots and decided I was the one who had done something wrong. The marriage, the years we had spent together meant nothing. And now Tom has blocked me. Blocked me everywhere, no calls, no messages. It's like I never existed. I tried to reach out, to explain, to tell him that this wasn't about Nick, that it was about me needing something more. But he's gone. He's moved on, and I'm left here, alone, with the weight of everything I've lost. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd never reached out to Nick. What if I had just accepted the routine, the comfort of a predictable marriage? But then I remember how I felt when I talked to him, when I felt wanted and understood again. And I can't completely regret it. Maybe I should have handled it differently. Maybe I should have talked to Tom, told him how I was feeling. But I was just a woman who needed something more, something I didn't know how to ask for. Now I'm left with nothing. No husband, no support, no closure. Just the lessons I've learned too late, and a life that's been irrevocably changed because of a few words on a screen. Maybe this is the price I have to pay for trying to find myself again. Maybe I deserve this. But sometimes, late at night, I wonder if Tom will ever look back and realize what he threw away. Maybe he'll regret it, but by then, I'll be gone, building a life without him. learning how to live without the man I thought I would grow old with. It's not the life I imagined, but it's the life I have now. And all I can do is keep moving forward, no matter how hard it is to leave the past behind.